You are listening to Trophy Horse with your hosts, Tricky Mick, Alex, I Yield to No One,
Steve,
and Troy.
Hello everyone and welcome to Trophy Horses episode 373, and if you were expecting to hear Tricky Mick's voice this week, his supposed return show, we apologize. He had some family business to take care of, but this week again you get myself and my friend I Yield to No One.
Yeah, I was going to have some catchy thing. I don't have it. Hi, I'm here.
Yield, we expect you to bring the awesome, and you're just kind of like a deflating balloon this week.
Yeah, I know. I'm saving it for later.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we were all excited to get back and record with Tricky, and I know fans have wanted to hear Tricky's voice. We did get a lot of questions, some appropriate, some not appropriate, on the Facebook page. Daryl seems to be... Daryl was a source of many questions, some of those which we probably will never be able to share. But thank you for everyone's enthusiasm who did write in on the chat and did submit questions, because we will get to those once Tricky gets back, hopefully next week. But for now, episode 373 is going to be held down by myself and I Yield to No One. And Yield, let's let them know what we've been up to this week in the world of PlayStation. Unfortunately, my trophies are essentially where they were last week because I've been playing mostly Pokemon Let's Go on the Switch. I'm level 31. I have a total trophy count of 6,819 and a platinum count of 101 platinums in 100 games. You know, I just thought that with me buying a Switch and playing games on there, Tricky is pretty much guaranteed to beat me in platinums no matter what, because my attention's now diverted to other consoles.
Yeah, but he still has multiples, so you still have a pure platinum count.
Unsullied by the likes of Tricky and his horde of abominable games.
Yes.
Yeah, and speaking of Tricky and his abominable games, his trophy count is 9,815. He's level 39, and he's got 117 platinums, which I believe is one more than he had last time we got together.
I believe so. At least that's what the app said.
The app is never wrong.
It's never wrong.
Yield, sir.
So, I'm holding steady at 86 platinums. I'm really close. Not should I really close. I'm still at level 27. About 85%. But I have earned a fair amount of trophies. I'm at 5672 for the week.
Very nice. Steve is at level 15. 2,089 total trophies and 11 platinums. Sid, last but not least, well, certainly not least because he's kicking the shit out of us all, level 35, total trophy count of 8,264 and a platinum count of 146.
Killing it!
Sid always kills it. That's why I call him Thunderstorm Sid.
Yeah. Laying down the thunder.
Well, Yield, have you been laying down the thunder this week and playing some awesome games?
I have. I fired up Lego Lord of the Rings to work on my 3 backlog. I fired up some Hot Shot Tennis. I picked that game up a while ago for the 4, and was playing some Hot Shot Tennis just to kind of bide the time. Been playing some Uncharted 4. Got my speedrun trophy. And I got got my speedrun. Got my 70% accuracy in that playthrough. Then I kind of did some chapter jumps and got a couple of other oddball trophies. So I still got some more oddball ones to go before I start on like my crushing playthrough. Well, I've just
what are some of the odd ones?
So I've got to like kill 20 people from a rope with headshots. I got to do the kill 10 people in 60 seconds with a grenade launcher. I got to find all the journals, find all the conversations, find all the treasures, which I come to find out my journals, my notes, and my conversations, I'm like 2 or 3 short in every category. So I've actually did a really good job finding the vast majority of those on my own. So I'm like half tempted to play through on Crushing, but still kind of try to look for them to see if I can find them, since I'm that close before just looking them up online. So I've been kind of messing around with that.
You know, with the treasures on Uncharted, I try to find most of them, and I think I find at least 2/3 of them. But there are some, like, in hindsight, like the hindsight bias. In hindsight, they should be obvious to where they are, but I never think of that in, like, the first 2 runs that I do. Like, no matter how many places I check and how many dark corners I go into, and how many times I dive down into deep water and, like, search every crevice, like, I never seem to find, like, 30 of them.
I'm at 80. I forget how many is there, 120? I forget. Maybe it's 140. I thought I've done a fairly good job.
I'd say if you get over 60, you've done a pretty good job, because some of them are fairly well hidden.
Yeah, I'm at 80. And I know my hard playthrough, I did run across a few that I didn't find on my normal playthrough. So I'm trying to decide on my Crushing playthrough, do I really want to have to look through that, or do I just want to play and get through it and then go back and kind of mess around? So that's kind of what I'm deciding. And then I picked up, though this has been like a year ago, I picked up Rockin' Racing Off-Road. And there's no platinum associated to it. I had everything but 2 trophies. I had 2 time trial trophies that for the life of me was kicking my tail. And these time trial trophies is you select a race, like South Africa was one of them. And in that South Africa pack, there are 4 tracks that you have to run, anywhere from 4 to 6 laps. And it's the total time, but to get all 4 tracks done. And it didn't matter what car I picked, what I did, I couldn't get it. So I was kind of bored one night, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get this. Fired it up, picked the fastest car, did the first one I couldn't do. First try, got it. I was like, wow, all right, let's try the second one. Second one, I didn't get the trophy, but I got it within 3 seconds of it, which is the closest that I had ever been. So I played it a second time and got that trophy. So now I've got that game completely done. And then
you're the king of racing games, Yield. No one will ever surpass you. Like that's your niche. I know you love, Rock Band and all of that, and I know you like platformers, but like it seems like your specialization is the racing games.
I do like me a good racing game.
All right, well everyone, I was wrong. Tricky's here. Everyone, welcome back. Tricky Mick to the show.
Hello. Yeah, it's been, 2 months? Wow.
It's been a while. Despite the fact that we joke about how we're like, oh, Tricky's on the show, we certainly did miss you.
Yeah, you did. You missed me with every bullet you shot at me.
I don't know. I'm a pretty good shot.
Well,
we're stormtroopers. That's what the fans don't know is we're stormtroopers, so we can't hit shit.
Apparently you're not a good enough shot, because you missed me every time.
That's Yield's I'm gonna up my game laugh, and I'm gonna come back and get you.
You think I missed you, but maybe that's what I wanted you to think.
I see you guys butchered my agenda I wrote.
I did, because there were certain topics on there that we shouldn't talk about. And, if you want to talk about the God of War thing, then we can, but neither Yield or I played God of War, so it wouldn't make sense for us to talk about that.
No, I'm just busting chops. I noticed I put on like a tricky size agenda and it's down to 3 topics. It's good to be back.
You put up a tricky agenda and Alex edited.
Yeah, and that's fine. Because
it became an Alex agenda real quick.
All right.
Real quick.
All right, so we have to establish something, because even though I haven't been on the shows, I know I've been listening to the show. You guys have been calling my trophies into question of why it doesn't sync up with PSN profiles.
Which has you at 115 right now.
Right. I've explained this on the show before, but this is the reason. PSNprofiles.com claims, as they evaluated my trophy list, that I, quote-unquote, hacked 2 platinums. So they told me that either...
Who the fuck is PSN Profiles to be questioning people's ability to hack or not to hack?
Well,
that is the question.
As I've told on the show, one of the trophies, one of the platinums that they say that I hacked, clearly shows, or clearly appears that I hacked it. And that's SOCOM Confrontation. And I've told that story.
Well, okay, well, first of all, like, PSN Profiles is an aggregator site. Like, there is no one at Metacritic calling people shit out, so shut up and aggregate my trophies.
Well, what they said was that I had 2 platinums that were called into question. If I had a third, that I would be disqualified from the site. So I just deleted those off of being shown on my profile. So everywhere except for on my console, it shows I have 115 platinums.
So, okay. So, wait. So you'd be taken off of PSN Profiles. Isn't this Sony's job and not PSN Profiles?
Well, it's their...
Are they an extension of Sony? Are they an arm of Sony, a spinoff?
No, they're trying to keep the leaderboards fair and honest.
Oh, it's trophies. It's the Wild West, essentially. Who cares that much?
And
Wiki wild,
and I don't even remember what the other one was. But SOCOM, I guess you could say I hacked it without actually trying to hack it. There's a hack where you load up somebody else's save profile, you go play a game online on your profile, and then once you finish that game, it pops up and says you did not earn a trophy. You did not earn a trophy. It does that for every single trophy that you should have earned. When that happened to me, because I played SOCOM Confrontation on a buddy's profile, when I took my save file over to my PlayStation, that all popped up. So I said, well, screw this. If I'm not going to get credit, I might as well start working again. I deleted my save profile, started up the game, and as soon as I finished my first game, all the trophies popped. And apparently that's how you hack the game.
You inadvertently hacked it trying to do it legit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, I don't know how to fix that other than to block it. If it's one less platinum on my account, okay, fine. But that's why there's a discrepancy. So only my console shows my actual trophy count.
It seems that people overuse the word hack these days. For a while there, people were overusing Epic. Like, what you were doing was not hacking. Hacking is like cracking databases and like actually like typing in your computer. You were not hacking. You were not messing with the game code.
Oh, apparently I was.
So, people overuse the word fucking hack because they don't understand what the fuck it means.
So
idiots.
So just if we have any new listeners, that's what happened. So on my PlayStation, I have blocked those 2 platinums, which I don't even remember what the second one was. But with that being said, that's why they're blocked. So that's why nowhere except for on my console will show my actual count. But at any time, I will take a screenshot and show it to anybody.
So wait, does that mean like you can show certain trophies and like trophy lists like from certain games from showing up on your account?
Yeah, if you go into the settings on your PlayStation 4, there's a section under there where it says hide trophies, and you could choose individual games. So in this case, like if you have like a 1% on a game, you can hide it and not be shown publicly. So if you go in there, like let's just say, Alex, and I know you're never gonna do it. Let's just say you play Barbie's Horse Adventures, and you did it for a trophy war.
My favorite.
You did it for the trophy war, but that's the only reason you did it, and you're embarrassed by it. You never want anybody to see it again. You could literally go in, delete that from showing, and publicly nobody will ever know you have the platinum in that game, but on your console, it will keep the accurate count.
Gotcha. So I still have to look at those ugly son bitches.
Yes, you would still have to look at them.
You have to see them, but you can spare everybody else from having to see them.
You earned it. You have to look at it.
Yeah, all those Metal Gear Solid games I got 1 trophy in and then stopped playing.
You
Yes.
animal.
I'm just not trying to waste my time. That's all I'm
animal.
trying to do.
The only Metal Gear game you need to pass is Survive, which I will never play out of protest.
Yeah, we know. There was an entire Trophy Horse episode that said, don't buy Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, do not buy that.
Meanwhile, we got Yield over here surviving on nothing but racing games.
Yes. So, the last game I've been playing this week is Onrush. I've been playing that this weekend. I'm down to 7 trophies for the platinum already.
It must not be a hard platinum then.
A couple of the ones that I'm down to will kind of be grindy, but that's all right. I enjoy the game, even though, like I still said, at times it's frustrating because, especially playing online, you can bump into a car and they seem to be able to save it and keep driving. I get bumped and I slide or forever across the map before I gain control, and then I wreck, and then they get credit for wrecking me, and I'm just like, okay. So it's just love-hate relationship.
Was that all you've been playing this week, Yield?
That's it so far. Who knows what I'm gonna fire up once we get done recording?
Maybe some Rocket League?
Maybe some Rocket League. Maybe some Division.
Maybe some Division.
If not, if you're gonna level me up in
You
a half hour.
Yield?
Okay.
I made a character equal to your level so I can run with you legit.
That one.
That's the character I
one
play
night
with you.
We hooked up for a
with
little
you
bit. Yeah, you did.
with.
You had your legit
If
character.
that's English.
Not your
So wait a minute. Wait, hold on, Yield. You don't want him to help you level up super fast?
No, I want to play the game legit. I don't want to be. See, I'm I don't know. I think I'm at 10 or 11. I don't want him to come in there and all of a sudden knock me warp me all the way up to 30. And then I go back to finish playing my game and I'm just mowing through people. Oh,
well, no. You will not just mow through people. The game levels up as you level up.
Oh, okay. So even though I haven't done the lower tiered levels, the enemies will be at my level.
Correct.
Ah.
Because let's just say you get to Manhattan and you're a level 6 character.
Yeah.
Because that's generally what you are when you get to Manhattan.
Okay.
I come in with my level 30. Automatically, all the enemies are going to be level 25. So you will basically be one-shot killed.
Yeah.
But if you duck and cover and I run through the mission and get it done, your level 6 character will be level 10 by the time I'm done with that mission.
Yeah, because of all the XP.
Right. So now, as you move up, that's why I was trying to tell you, once you get to level 30, that's when you're really going to start playing that game, because then you have to do the hard missions, you have to do the legendary missions, you have to do the challenge missions, you have to do the heroic missions, and all of that, I have to get you to level 30 so we can start getting you the gear that you need to compete on those levels. Right now, you're basically going through the story, and that's great, but you will find out that once you hit 30, you're going to see that story over and over and over again. So you're not really... you don't really need to pay attention to the story because it will be drilled into your head what the story is.
Oh, okay. To go back and get the platinum to replay it. Okay, I get what you're saying now.
So, literally, I could get you to level 30 tonight, but you still would not be at my level.
Well, no, because you're at level 200 and some.
Well, no. Once you hit level 30, your level then turns to your gear score.
Okay, so your gear score is 200 and some.
It's 291.
Yeah.
Which is the highest it could be. But if you're going to play the Division 2, there are 12 shields you need to unlock that as you unlock one, you get one perk. And then you unlock another 3 shields. It unlocks the second thing. You have to get all 12 shields to unlock all the perks for Division 2, which I could literally get you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 shields tonight.
He plays a Division a lot, folks.
I have my own crew that I run with.
Yes, you do. God bless them. Goal!
Do you all run under the name the Islanders?
You know you missed that.
I do. Oh!
I hate
the
you.
Kings of Queens.
I hate you.
And so it begins.
Oh my boy.
Starring Kevin James.
You said the
Tricky
K word.
Mick.
But yes, all I've been playing is Division. Although I did play a couple other games. As Yield has liked on my profile, I started playing Strange Brigade.
What do you think of that? I enjoyed it.
Yield, I'm gonna say this with all due respect.
You don't like it.
The shooting mechanic sucks in that game.
Well, it's not the greatest. It's not the greatest mechanic game. It's just a fun, campy game. It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be Call of Duty.
Yeah, but it's it's. I'll leave it at that. It's just I'm gonna play some more. I rented it from GameStop, so I need to get it back. But I will look into it more.
I love how we're just going to pass over the fact that you said rented it from GameStop, which was also another episode named for Trophy Horse.
I started playing Darksiders 3 until I saw a huge ass spider and turned it off and never turned it back on.
Did you earn a trophy?
I did earn a trophy.
Well, then you got to finish it out, man. Toughen up.
Played Steep.
I haven't done that yet. What do you think of that?
I haven't gotten too deep into it. I really don't want to give opinions on it yet because I really haven't put that much time into it. I cannot understate how much Division I play. I think either last night or the night before, I crossed over 1,000 hours in that game.
Someone do a conversion of how many days that is. Hold on. I have to use a calculator because I suck at math.
Hold on. I can actually show it to you. Because the game actually tells you how many days you've played.
41.6 days.
Yeah, 41.666666666. Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'm going to treat you. I'm going to treat you guys to something special.
Almost 42 days. Wow.
Since your last session, we obtained more field intelligence. You've extracted 2,613 items from the Dark Zone. What shiny new toys? Oh, did you know you could get this club reward with your units? The JTF had a little free time on their hands, and they discovered the following footage. Good luck out there, Agent. Don't forget, Sam is here to help you. For instance, you can ask how can I get exotic guns in the Division. See you tomorrow for another report.
Every day my phone goes off and tells me how I'm doing in the Division.
Wow, you have a Division app?
Well, it's actually the Ubisoft Club app. So you can ask questions, and then I obviously I have the device to my right, which I don't want to say the name of because it will set it off. But I also have that hooked up to the Division 2.
He really likes the Division.
Really do.
His phone is addicted
Addiction.
to the Division.
I'm addicted to the addiction. Yeah.
It sounds like it. Even your devices can't get enough of it.
Hold on. I'll ask the. Hold on a second. Alexa, ask Isaac about the cleaners.
Agent, the cleaners are former New York City sanitation workers, garbage men, janitors, custodians, etc., who lost everything during the outbreak. Formed by Joe Farrow, they are convinced that the only way to save the city from the virus is to burn everything down, including the people still living in it.
That makes sense. Burn
go.
it down. So that's what you've been doing. You've been burning down New York.
Yeah, but it's funny that I tell the guys I run with, I said that, just so you guys know, every time you kill a cleaner, you're killing a coworker of mine. They're like, yeah, but they're evil. It's like, it doesn't matter. You're still a coworker. So, every night after we're doing our rounds, I go rogue on them and kill them all.
What's that League of Villains in DC?
I think it's called League of Villains. Yeah.
Okay, well you're part of that now. Good job, Yield. Good job, Tricky. You're the front man. You're the face of the League of Villains, the Cleaners Edition.
So I played Portal Knights. Never playing that again. And I got one word. And that's my new platinum.
Oh,
you've been playing a lot of the PlayStation Plus free games.
Well, I've been the one word is not a free game.
No, one word is not. No.
No, but Steep and Portal Knights are.
Steep, it's an Ubisoft game, and you know how I like my Ubisoft games. And Portal Knights is just a bad game.
Says you.
And here I thought that Shovel Knight and Hollow Knight had done all the work to make anything with Knight in it really
negative. Good. But anybody wants to run with the division with me, just send me a friend request. I actually, one of the people that Yield referenced last week, that is absolutely killing everybody, and I do mean everybody in Platinums, said that they wanted to run with me. I'm trying to look at the name right now. CJSHAHAITTAN.
Yeah. Killing it.
Just to give you reference, Alex. Let's see. Hold on. Looking at the profile right now.
He's a level 100.
With 572 platinums.
I'm not that impressed. I've almost got 4 Pokemon up to level 100 in Let's Go, so. His one level 100 can piss off.
I don't want to I don't want to make assumptions, but I do believe this is a woman.
Either way, she's killing it.
Hey, we're all about equality, so whoever can piss off with that. Also, I said the level 100 can piss off. So
yeah, I've stopped playing Pokemon on the phone. I'm now playing on the Switch.
And see, Alex is an equal opportunity hater.
Yeah,
don't act like your one level 100 is better than mine.
As far as more games, hold on, because I've been gone for 2 months.
But wait, there's more.
I've also played Onrush. More Odyssey. I started playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
What do you think of Odyssey?
It's more Origins.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I wasn't. There's nothing wrong with Origins. It just wasn't. As a fan of the series, it was not an Assassin's Creed game for me.
Okay, I can respect that.
Oh, so it was actually good.
I've been playing a game that Yield refuses to play anymore, and that's Rock Band 4.
I didn't refuse to play it. I've taken a break.
You haven't played in 3 weeks.
See, it took a break.
He's got to put the pedal to the metal. He's got to get in those racing games.
I've also been playing Astro Bot Rescue Mission. That's a VR game. Marvel Spider-Man, finally got that platinum. I don't know if I did that before we recorded the last. But I did the first 2 DLCs. I just got to do the last DLC. And I tried out Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. That's another game I will not be going back to.
He hated it.
It's first person.
Well, yeah, you didn't know that?
And then outside of earning trophies, I've been challenged on trophies by a certain person who wants to have another trophy war.
I saw something of that pop up about rules for another trophy war.
And I'm going to tell you right now, this is not a bluff. I have been stacking games in my download list that if we have a trophy war, I guarantee you we will win by the first week.
Dun dun dun.
Tricky is always preparing for that second trophy war that no one.
I don't want to
play.
do it either, but I'm just telling you, you start off a trophy war. I will have 20 platinums in the first night. Just putting it out there.
See, Tricky's been stockpiling the nuclear weapons.
There was rumblings of a war. I said, you know what? As any good soldier does, he prepares for war.
He prepares for war.
All of the weapons of mass destruction are all on Tricky's PlayStation.
And I will tell
account.
you this.
Shout,
and I have no
to
shame.
someone shoots across the bow. Tricky will just be like nuke.
I'm just telling you, and I'm not sugarcoating this at all. I have at least 6 games that you can get the platinum on the PS4, the PS3, and the Vita, and I've bought it in 3 different regions.
Well, see, that would be one of the rules.
No.
Well, now that you've said that on air, yeah, it will be part of the rules because they're not going to go into this trophy war.
Well,
trophies.
it's also
I'm
not,
telling
it's also
you,
not
gentlemen,
going to turn into the Telltale War.
Well, Telltale no longer exists. But I'm just telling you, gentlemen, when I edit the show, all this whole conversation is going to be taken out or beeped.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay, anyway.
Now that I've derailed the show quite a bit.
That's all right.
It's been a while. I deserve to derail.
Derail.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to derail, how about you derail us right into our first topic?
Oh, so now that I'm back, I have to do the hosting duties?
Yeah.
All right.
I made it easier on you. I took a bunch of topics off.
Yes, and you still haven't answered the question in Skype. All right, so our first topic is Awesome Games Done Quick 2019 Speedrun Marathon has raised $2.39 million for charity. Do you guys know what Games Done Quick is?
No.
I know because I read the article that you put on the agenda.
Okay, Games Done Quick is basically an annual charity where they invite a bunch of speedrunners in and they speedrun the games.
Okay.
So
makes sense.
last night, which was the last night,
Well, the last
I
night's
watched a
always
guy.
last.
Oh, obviously. I watched a guy speedrun Super Mario Odyssey. He got 500 moons and did a boss run and beat the darker side of the moon all in under 3 hours.
Is that like really good?
That's incredibly fast. Then I watched a guy play Super Metroid, beat the game in reverse boss order, which means he beat the hardest boss first and went backwards, which is incredibly hard because some areas you can't get into unless you have the suit or else you're constantly taking damage. So not only did he get in, beat the final boss, what would have been the final boss first, he beat the game in under an hour.
Good God.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you this. When I started watching, they were at $1.6 million. 4 hours later, when I was done watching, they were at $2.2 million.
Jeez Louise.
So, if anybody ever wants to watch that, you can go to their Twitch channel, or every time they're doing it, Proving Gamer Twitch auto-hosts them, so you could watch them. They give out prizes. Last night, for if you donated $50, you entered the contest into winning a $3,500 sword and shield from Zelda.
Ooh.
And I mean, these are like
Legit.
pristine. Yeah, these are legit. Not the knockoffs I got from medieval times.
You donated.
Legit.
You donated $50, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Ah.
But with that being said, like, it's legit. But anyway, getting back to the topic, they raised almost $2.4 million. They're about $6,000 short of that. The event was held in Rockville, Maryland, and it was 2,200 people attended, and 219,000 people concurrently was their most people watching on Twitch. With this latest haul, Games Done Quick has raised over $19 million for charities around the world, including Doctors Without Borders, Organization for Autism Research and Care. This year's charity, Prevent Cancer Foundation, is among the leading U.S. health organizations devoted to early detection and prevention of cancer. The average donation for the event came out to $51.
Wow.
You can still donate to them. And in this article right here, it says in reverse. Well, you know, I actually told a little fib earlier. One of the notable speedruns completed on Awesome Games Done Quick 2019 was a guy by Shiny Zenny who completed Super Metroid in reverse boss order in 1 hour and 6 minutes and 2 seconds. And a true ending, no major glitches, Hollow Knight run that was completed in 1 hour and 27 minutes and 57 seconds.
That's crazy.
The next event will be done, which is going to be Summer's Games Done Quick 2019. Will take place June 23rd through the 30th in Bloomington, Minnesota. And Awesome Games Done Quick 2020 will take place in Orlando, Florida, and dates will be announced for that later to come. So, go check them out. It's amazing to watch some of these speedrunners. Like, the glitches they do. Like, really? It's right there, and, you know, you never even saw it.
I respect somebody who can do a speed run. I hate doing it though. I hate speedrunning. I don't like to be timed. I like to take my time, do my own thing, and yeah. So I don't understand the practice speedrunning. Why people like to play the same game 1,000 times until they can do it in their sleep. But you know, good on them for doing it for charity.
I know. I watched the speed run. It's a video you see on Facebook all the time. A guy completed Super Mario Brothers, the very first one, in 8 minutes and 4 seconds.
That's crazy.
It took me like 27 years to beat Super Mario Brothers.
Next topic is Amazon's reportedly working on a new video game streaming service. This comes from IGN, an article written by Colin Stevens. Amazon is reportedly working on a video game streaming service, but isn't likely to be launched until 2020 at the earliest.
Dateline 2020.
Oh, never mind. I'm gonna let that go. Reported by Information via GameIndustry.biz, sources indicate that the service will be similar to what Microsoft and Google are currently building with Project xCloud and Project Stream, respectively. The service looks to eliminate the need for expensive hardware to run graphically taxing games. Instead, like its competitors, the game would run on an inside-powered data centers and stream to devices including smartphones, tablets, and smart TVs. So, to break it down into layman's terms, this is basically saying that you will no longer need to buy the game, a physical copy of the game. The game will be hosted on their servers, and it will be streamed to your device of choice.
So basically, instead of buying the game, you're basically paying whatever your well, how do I want to? I'll say it wrong. But
have you ever used PlayStation Now?
No, but basically you pay your renter's fee for whatever longer you're for the year or whatever, and you can play whatever you want as much as you want.
Right, and you no longer need to buy a PlayStation 4 to play the games. They will just be on Sony servers. It will just be beamed to your TV.
Huh.
And your controller's Bluetooth will hook up to the TV.
Interesting.
So what are your thoughts? You think Amazon, one, should be getting into the market, and two, is this something you guys want where you don't have to buy a console no more, you can just stream it to your TV?
Well, they have more money than Microsoft had when Microsoft stepped into the game, and Microsoft has been fairly successful at it.
I don't know how much Amazon's going to have money now that he's Jeff Bezos is getting divorced.
Well, I mean, Amazon's their worth is set aside from Bezos.
Well, yeah, but Bezos is worth $2.5 billion,
Yeah,
something like that.
he'll have plenty of money. I mean,
So,
like, here's the thing, though.
if she takes half, he'll have $1.3 billion.
Well, here's
And half of Amazon.
Well, here's the other thing. Like, to start off, like, they are trying to get like bigger name games on the service, so they're not going to be creating, or at least at the first start of it, they're not going to be creating their own studio, like their own in-house developed IP, like Microsoft did when they first launched. So, I mean, that right there takes a huge investment. But, like, as far as Amazon goes, they've got, like, not only physical delivery services, but digital delivery services. And if I didn't have to buy a console anymore, it'd be kind of nice not to spend $300, $400 just for the license to be able to play games.
Okay.
So, I mean, if it worked and they had enough, and, like, actually, like, I typed this up as a question of the week later on, but we'll do it right now. Like, for me, like, obviously the games would be the big thing of it. Like, I would need to have enticing games to make me want to play, to buy into the service. I'm assuming there would be, like, a subscription fee associated with it. But also, like, you know, connection speed, quality. Like, can I play the games without them being stuttery piece of shit? You know, is there a lot of lag? I mean, just how quickly, smoothly the games run, the games on the service. But yeah, if I didn't have to own a console and worry about a console dying on me, or losing a console because someone breaks it, if I didn't have to put in that, like, upfront charge of $400 so bucks, I would like that. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yield?
It's interesting, but I have a hard time seeing Sony and Microsoft allowing somebody else to stream their games, because I'm pretty sure, or I wouldn't be shocked if they're trying to work that angle themselves.
Well, I believe Google has already allowed Odyssey, Ubisoft has already allowed Google to stream Odyssey to computers.
Well, what you're going to be seeing is, like, EA, Activision, Ubisoft. You're going to see more so third parties like that, as opposed to Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft.
Well, yeah, I seriously doubt you're going to be seeing the big three's first party games being on there.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
because
you're never
that's
gonna see The Last
what's
of Us 2 on there.
Well, that's what's going to sell you the console. If you can go get God of War or Marvel Spider-Man or Horizon Zero Dawn on a streaming service that you don't have to pay for a PlayStation for, you're not going to invest in a PlayStation.
Absolutely.
So this is going to house, like, third-party developments, like third-party games, like the Call of Duties and stuff like that. You're not going to get Super Smash Brothers Ultimate on here. You're not going to get like Ghost of Tsushima. You're not going to get The Last of Us 2. You're not going to get any of that on this.
Well, let me ask you this question, and then I have to do something with Sweet Mama D real quick. I'll just ask this question, but I'll be hearing your answers. If Amazon is able to launch a service like this, like Google, will this bring back the exclusive games? Because will Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo be more pressing to reach out to Activision and say, give us Call of Duty exclusively? This way it's not coming out on those services, because the big name games like Call of Duty, if that goes out under Google, all three lose out. So do you think that will bring back the push to bring exclusives from third-party games back into the fold?
I think... Oh, go ahead, Yield.
Okay, I would say yes, because if you're going to allow Ubisoft and EA and stuff like that to put their games out there, you know, I mean, there are some interesting games coming out for just for Ubisoft, you know, Skull and Bones. I'm interested in looking into. So if you don't go out and they try to get either the rights for that game, or they don't go out and start buying developers and go, here, you're one of our developers, so that way you have to buy our console, or in the future you have to get our streaming service. It kind of boxes them in. I won't say back them into a corner, but it boxes them in, because if you can go get, you know, let's say Ubisoft and EA go to the streaming service with Amazon, they can put, theoretically, their entire catalog of games on there. So at any time, you could go play any game you wanted to play.
What really sucks is everything seems to be getting fragmented because there are so many streaming services coming out. Like, you think of like Disney is coming out with their own streaming service, so they're going to take all of their movies and all of their content off of things like Netflix. And to be honest, like, if Amazon's going to succeed at this and they're going to launch their own streaming game service, if they actually do want to start creating original IP, because, Amazon, like, there are shows, that like television content that is exclusive to Amazon, but if they do that, they're going to take like a Netflix strategy, because you remember Netflix, they started out as like mailing you discs, and then they got more into the digital, like, of, television shows and movies, but now, because they've built up all this money, they're now doing their own content, and like a lot of the draw to Netflix is not shows you watch on television or movies, it's the new content, it's the original content, like The Haunting of Hill House, and there's 1,000, House of Cards is a big part of that, but there are like 1,000 Netflix originals that I can't think of now, despite 50 being released every day. But, it sucks because everything's getting fragmented, and you're soon going to have to buy, I guess in the future, we're not going to have to buy consoles, we're going to have to buy subscriptions to a certain streaming service from Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft. But, yeah, I guess initially, like, I would love to not have to buy a console and just be able to play the games. But initially, like, my draw in buying a PlayStation or buying a Nintendo is not the third-party developed games. It's more like the in-house developed stuff. So if they've got just games from Ubisoft or EA or Activision on the streaming service, then I'm probably not going to buy it right away. They're going to have to show me original content for me to buy into this service.
All right. Here's something else. It's gonna lead me into our last topic. You look at a game like, obviously, The Division 2 is a game that I'm highly anticipating. The PC version of it, Ubisoft has decided that they're not going to release The Division 2 on Steam and are launching it exclusively on the PC through the Epic Games Store. So you're already seeing a departure from saying, let's get away from the norm. And then you go into a story like our last topic is Bungie has split with Activision and has maintained all Destiny rights, and Bungie is now going to publish the game on their own. So Bungie and Activision are parting ways after a publishing agreement in 2010, with Bungie maintaining publishing rights to the entire Destiny franchise. Bungie made the announcement through Bungie.net. In the official statement, Bungie says, with Activision, we've created something special. To date, Destiny has delivered on a combination of over 50 million games and expansions to players around the world. This is an 8-year run, but Activision is transferring all publishing rights to Destiny, for Destiny to Bungie, allowing the developer to fully control and publish its own property.
Well, one of the things that people were concerned about, because the PC version of Destiny 2 is run on Battle.net, apparently there is going to be no hiccups as far as that goes, because it's still is going to be run on Battle.net for PC players. There's not going to be any service or gameplay disruptions. Blizzard has confirmed that on Twitter, Blizzard customer service. So it seems like, as far as like from the fan side, this breakup, like, it seems amicable. It seems like everyone got what they wanted, and it seems like, fans like if you play Destiny 2, there's not going to be any like disruption to you getting content or you playing the game. So it seems like a good as possible situation it can be for anyone. I did see where Activision made comments about, I can't remember the name of the DLC, but there was a DLC that was released for Destiny 2 where I'm pretty sure it's a DLC and not like the mainline game. I'll have to find that while Tricky's talking. But apparently Activision openly stated that it was a disappointment, and then one of the people from the Destiny 2 team went on Twitter and maybe not responded, but said, we're very proud of this and we're happy with the success. So maybe this is kind of a way for Activision wasn't really happy with, the sales or how much money they were bringing in from Destiny. Oh, the Forsaken. That's what I was thinking of. the major expansion Forsaken. So I don't think that Activision was too happy with the reception for that, even if Bungie said that they were. So this might be an amicable split, since maybe Activision feels like they paid too much money and they weren't getting enough investment back on it, or they weren't getting enough profit back on the investment.
Yield, do you have any opinions on this?
No, I finally understand what all the hoopla was on the internet, on Twitter the other day when Destiny and that was all trending. I was like, what? Now I understand.
Yeah, because Destiny 2 came out in like 2017, so it's not like a new game.
All right, so gentlemen, I'm gonna ask your opinion, and then we're gonna go with what you want to do. Do you want to do our list questions, or do you want to throw it across the pond to Sid first?
Let's throw it across the pond to Sid.
Yeah, we need a break. I need to fill up my drink.
All right, we're going to throw it across the pond. Sid is going to be talking about his top 5 platinums of 2018.
Oh, this should be good.
Hey guys, how are we all? Sid again with Sophie's Trophies number 60. This week, guys, I put a little question on Facebook. I did that yesterday, and I asked, what would you like me to do this week? Either Spider-Man or my top 5 platinums of 2018. The first answer I got yesterday, pretty much straight away, was JT with top 5 platinums, and a few others have replied, and all have said top 5 platinums. So that means, of course, I am going to do Spider-Man. Nah, only joking, guys. So yeah, top 5 platinums. Now, I did this last year, I think. I'm sure it was last year. And the basic rule was, it doesn't matter when the game came out, as long as I got the platinum last year. So there may be a bit of inane rambling as I go through my trophy list to see what I got. But I will pick out the top 5, or the 5 that stick out to me most. There may be some honourable mentions. And then from there, I will decide my number 1 platinum for last year. The criteria could be anything from how fun was the game, how challenging was the game. So, you know, I'm not sure what I'm going to pick. Actually, I tell a lie. I've got an idea what it's going to be, but I will save that till the end. So be prepared for a bit of rambling, as always. So the first game this year, or last year, was Resident Evil 7. I did a show on that one, pretty much when I got the platinum last year. I got the platinum on the 6th of the 1st, so it was my first platinum of last year, but that's not why it's on the list. It is on the list because it is such a damn good game. Well worth playing. If you've not played it yet, guys, you really do need to get hold of this one. Okay, so moving up the list. There's a game on there called Albedo Eyes from Outer Space. That is not on the list, guys. That is not even an honourable mention. It is a pretty shit game, to be fair. My name is Mayo. Yeah, enough said about that one. Okay, let's find one that's worth talking about, guys. What do I like? What have I enjoyed? Severed. I got the platinum on Severed. Now, I do remember I really enjoyed this game. This is one from Drinkbox. It came out after Guacamelee, but before Guacamelee 2. It's a first-person sort of maze-type game, and you use your finger on the Vita touchpad to fight things, you know, do your sword swipes and things like that. Very good little game, guys. So, that one. Okay, number 2 on the list. Okay, Severed isn't on the list. It was a good game, but, you know. Number 2 on the list is a little game called Slayaway Camp. I absolutely love this game. You play a serial killer. I think I did a show on this one as well, guys. You play a serial killer. And you have to move around an isometric square grid, killing other people. Not really much more I can say about that. Great graphics for the type of game it is. It's a little cartoony killer game. You know, gory in a fun way, you know. So that is number 2 game on my list is Slayaway Camp, guys. Okay, let's move up. World of Nublar. That's not worth putting on the list. I'm not going to go through every platinum I got last year, guys, because that would take too long. That really sounds like I'm bigging myself up there, but there are a few. and it would take too long for the podcast. So let's see what we got. This Batman from Telltale. That was an enjoyable game, guys. That could be on the list. Okay, let me think, guys. I told you there'd be a bit of rambling with this one. So, okay, in all honesty, guys, BioShock. That will be number 3 on my list, I think. The original BioShock. Played it on the PlayStation 3. Didn't really rate it on the PS3, but I bought the BioShock collection because I actually do enjoy BioShock Infinite. And turns out I really enjoyed playing through BioShock this time around. I think it's one of those games that you may play, think, yeah, it's okay, and just may need to come back to it at the right time. But yeah, number 3 on the list, in no particular order, by the way. Number 3 is going to be BioShock, because that was a surprise for me that I actually enjoyed it as much as I did. I could cheat and put the whole BioShock trilogy on there, guys. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to say the BioShock trilogy, because all told, they're all great games. They're pretty much the same type of game, so they can be lumped together into one category, I think. So yeah, the BioShock trilogy. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh dear, guys. Oh dear. Okay, God of War. The PS4 God of War, the new one last year. God, it's so weird being this time of year. A surprise for everybody. Game of the year through most outlets last year. Well deserved, I have to say. I had a few little niggles, as I said on the show. But overall, it was a great game. The next game, guys, Guacamelee 2. I loved the first game. I enjoyed Severed. And I have to say that Guacamelee 2 is not a massive improvement over the first game, but it is an improvement. It was challenging. There were a few moments of swearing, I will admit, but overall the game was just, for me, struck the right balance of challenge and accessibility. So yeah, I think that's a top trophy. You know what, guys, I should have written these down really, but of the games I've talked about, I have to say, guys, it is Guacamelee 2 that is my number 1 platinum this year, or last year. I just really enjoyed that game, and I really hope they make a part 3. So, you know, I think that was 5, guys. It's really early in the morning here, so I'm not too sure where I'm up to. I will see if I have any honourable mentions. Horizon, I got the platinum in that. Didn't really rate that game, guys. It was good, but not great for me. And I don't think I've done a show on it, to be honest. Just let me check my paperwork. If I haven't, I probably will do a show on it, because it is worth talking about. No, I haven't done a show on Horizon, so I will do one at some point. You know, I've got a fair few easy trophies this year, guys. You know, not proud of myself, but, you know, platinum's a platinum. God of War on the Vita I got. That was a bit of a bugger. So, yeah. Honourable mention has to go to Return to Arkham City. Or Return to Arkham City, guys. Because that was one hell of a platinum to try and get. It took ages. A lot of things to do in that game. But I really enjoyed it. Castlevania Requiem. That was a good one, guys. Nice platinum to go for that one. So yeah, that's it. That's enough rambling from me, guys. Spider-Man, got the platinum in that one. But I think that was this year. I do believe. No, 29th of 12th, 2018. So I did get it. No, it was the 30th. Sorry, guys, looking at the wrong one. So the 30th of December, I got the platinum in Spider-Man. So that's an honourable mention. It's a good game. It's not my favourite game. I still prefer Batman, the Arkham series, apart from Arkham Knight. So yeah, that is really enough rambling from me this week, guys. Top 5 platinums there, and platinum of the year for me, definitely Guacamelee 2. Such a good game. Really enjoyed it, and I really hope they do part 3. So, as always, guys, if you want to get in touch, sidders1978 at gmail or googlemail.com. No, that's Jesus, I keep doing this, guys. Yeah, just use that email if you want to get in touch. That's my email. Doesn't really matter. Nobody else emails me, so you might as well. Sidders1978 on the PSN. At Sydney on the Twitter, or through the Trophy Horse Facebook group, or Sid at Proving Gamer. That's the Proving Gamer Twitter for me, email for me. See, I'm doing really well at this, guys. So yeah, you want to get in touch? Get in touch. Let me know what to talk about. Give me any suggestions. I will take all feedback gladly. And you know what? I may even act on some of it. But yeah, we'll see. Tell you what, guys, to be honest, I will act on it. You tell me what you want me to talk about, I will talk about it, guys. But anyway, that's enough from me this week. I am going to go. I will talk to you next week. Take it easy, guys, and keep getting those trophies. Bye.
And we're back.
Now, I just got to say before we go on, I'm looking at the an IGN article here, and trending today it says that Aquaman crosses $1 billion at the box office worldwide. Isn't that movie supposed to be shit?
I enjoyed it.
I heard it was actually pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
Really? I haven't heard good things about it.
It's not Marvel by any stretch of the imagination, and it's not as good as Wonder Woman. But it was a good movie to go watch. I enjoyed it.
All right, getting back on topic here, because
hold on. It's nice that we have to say, here's the quality of Marvel movies, and then down here is the quality of DC movies.
Okay. I was trying to cut you off because that's actually one of our listener questions. So, but I want to say in the thread where Sid asked what he should talk about, Daryl, being the troll that he is, said predict Tricky's platinums for 2019, and Joseph Priestley responded by saying IMAO 2, a Lego game, Division 2, another Lego game, and then a bunch of bullshit games.
That sounds pretty accurate. I agree with that.
That's exactly what Daryl said. Daryl said 100% correct. All right, so at this time, we kind of
have some Facebook mail.
Yeah, I kind of like opened up Pandora's box,
and it turned into a troll fest.
That's the most active I've seen a thread on Trophy or the Facebook page in a long time.
All right, so we're not going to read them all.
Thank
but
heavens.
We're going to try to hit most of them.
We're going to hit the key points.
Jared says, True Trophy says you only have 6 trophies this week. You need to update, or you got some explaining to do. Well, my explaining is I've been playing the Division. I can't get any more trophies in that game.
Well, do you think the kids of today will get that that's an I Love Lucy reference?
Not at all.
They will now.
Second question, also from Jared. Is there anything that can be put on pineapple pizza to make it not suck? If you say, quote, as long as Domino's makes it, end quote, you need to retire and move out of New York City. No, there's pineapple pizza is an abomination and should never be made.
I concur, Katie.
There was a picture, and I think Tricky shared it.
I did.
It was a picture of a hollowed out pineapple, or like a half of a pineapple, and on top of the pineapple itself, like the meat of the pineapple, they just put cheese and like pepperoni and stuff. There was no bread.
No. That was a pizza with the dough was baked in the shape of a pineapple. There was no pineapple on that whatsoever.
Yeah, it was a pineapple shaped pizza.
There was no pineapple on that pizza.
Yeah. Well, who's gonna make all that effort into making a pizza?
Somebody did.
Someone did.
Why don't you just make a pineapple out of SpongeBob's house? Let's shape this pizza like SpongeBob's house.
All right. So, next question, also from Jared. Trophies are going down in value similarly by the week thanks to some devs like Ratatouille. If there was ever another trophy war, how would this go down? Would certain games need to be disqualified? Should Daryl and Tricky be disqualified? Where are those physical trophies Daryl is supposed to supply? All right. So first question.
Absolutely.
If there ever was another trophy war, how would this go down? Simple answer: we'd have to discuss the rules. Would certain games need to be disqualified? I don't think so.
Possibly.
Well, like maybe you could only get one platinum from one game. Like
Yes.
you can't play one game on multiple platforms or in multiple versions.
Yes.
Should Daryl and Tricky be disqualified? I'm
No.
not going to answer that. I'm going to leave it up to the...
No,
the-
because
the
we need
audience.
somebody. We need a ringer on our team who's going to help us win. Because God knows I'm not willing to go get like 11 platinums in a month again.
Hey, I'll have you know, I did a really good job. Tricky over
No,
there. You and I
I'm
were
not
tied.
saying-
You and I were
yeah.
tied for most platinums. Tricky over here chumped his way ahead of us,
I got 14 platinums that month.
and I got 11.
Also,
Last-
I want to say, with all these questions, it seems like we went to Jared. And Jared, I have a question for you, sir. You stopped sending me presents in Pokemon Go. What the fuck?
And his last questions: where are those physical trophies Daryl was supposed to supply?
Yeah, I'm still waiting
Daryl-
on mine.
Daryl said they're lost in the mail. The truth is, Daryl's a sore loser and will never make them because he wants to try to win them back, and we're never going to give him a shot until we actually have those trophies in our hands.
You can't win them back when they're not even created yet.
Yes. Daryl says, "What took you so long?" That's a reference to why it took me so long to be on the show. Simple answer.
Life.
I had some personal things going on that took me away from the show. Next question from Daryl. With all this time off the show, why haven't you passed me in platinums? Simple answers. I did, sir. You need to check your list.
You just made the
Daryl.
list.
Daryl, why does Jared suck at getting platinum? So I can't answer that. You know, not everybody can be a trophy whore or a pimp like me. Then Daryl says, and
How
I'm
can you
going
be
to
a
leave
trophy whore and a pimp?
because I was a whore and I graduated to the pimp.
But do you need your own show now called Trophy Pimps?
Well, that would require it'd have to be called the Trophy Pimp.
Okay. Daryl asked another
Sir, if
question.
there is any trophy pimp on this show, it's Sid, because he's owning us all.
Daryl's next question, and I'm going to leave this to Yield because he already responded in Facebook. When will you finally admit that Resident Daryl is the People's Podcast Champion of the world?
No.
When he has a show,
Oh, mic drop right there. Thank you. That was my answer. Then Daryl says, when are you joining the Loop Brothers full time? Simple answer. Being that we're the better show, I will never lessen myself to go on a worse show. I mean, are you ever going to see a president turn around and run for vice president?
I want to be on a podcast where they thought about the name of the show for more than 5 seconds.
Wow. Jared comes back. Okay, when I asking that one. Daryl says, when are you going to make a segment of the show dedicated to all the chumps that passed you in platinum count?
We don't want the show to be 2 hours.
It hasn't happened, so I don't know why that needs to be a segment. Then there was a bunch of troll comments from Daryl, Jared back to each other. Daryl says, what would it take to make Tricky become achievement whore? Hell to freeze over?
Bunch.
Daryl says, is Donnie ever going to be on Trophy Horse again? Not if I could help it.
He was on Trophy Whores.
Yeah,
and he said that he would. He said that he would guest from time to time, but anytime that like he's been free to the podcast, we've been like last minute. We didn't know he could podcast, and then it's just kind of a last minute thing that we didn't have time to get him on.
Daryl says, with questions this good, would Trophy Horse ever actually answer them on the show? And would one person answer or each host?
Yes.
Yes, they're getting answered, and a combination of both. One person's answering and each host. They can answer as they join in. Daryl says, if Tricky and Jared moved to South Carolina, God's country, would they join me in throwing dookie at people? No, we're not monkeys.
Why the hell would somebody move to South Carolina?
I think you asked that question.
No, I was like, I said, why? What makes South Carolina God's country?
Yeah. Daryl says, was Tricky in the GameStop recording Jared freak out when he made up his gender was misinterpreted? We're not going to answer that.
Why did you read it on the show then?
I'm going to take that out of the show.
All right.
Daryl says, with all these amazing questions, can you tell that we missed you, Tricky? Yes, I can tell you missed me. But I actually like real questions, not troll questions.
Don't feed the troll.
The troll feeds itself.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you guys to platinum Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is, in his opinion, 2019's Game of the Year?
Negative
Zero,
50.
0 for me because I'm not playing it.
All right. Wait. I'm reading these as I go because I didn't read all these. This is way out of buying.
It's one of those Facebook posts, the threads where you answer a few times and then you regret answering because then you get 50,000 notifications and you're pissed off for the rest of the night.
All right. This is a troll question, but I'm going to let you gentlemen answer because I'm kind of interested to see your answer. If you had to choose between getting the platinum in a game all about spiders or taking drugs that turned your penis into a spider for 24 hours, what would you choose?
I don't got a problem with spiders, so
Yeah,
I would play the
yeah.
game. I platinum mini games with spiders, sir.
I ain't got a problem with video game spiders or video games.
I do like Alice's answer in this, though.
Are you going to read my answer?
Do you want to read it?
I think I said something where you would say that you would chop off your own penis so that you didn't have to have your spider as a penis, or you didn't have to play a game with spiders in it.
That's exactly what you said. You said, I bet Tricky says he will cut off his penis so he doesn't have to play the game or see his penis as a spider.
It's a terrible workaround, but hey, it gets you past both.
And then Daryl says, see, this is the kind of stuff that keeps him up at night. All right, so, Jesus, Daryl. Tricky, would you rather put spiders in your keister or spiders in your mouth? Neither one.
You have to answer one.
Would I rather put a spider on my butt or spider in my mouth?
He's freaking out already just thinking about it.
I am. I'm shaking.
Here's a question: can you put the spider in your mouth and then spit it out?
I
would
assume so. He doesn't say how long it has to be.
Are we talking a tarantula, or are we talking like an itty bitty spider that went up the water spout?
This is.
Oh, come on.
Is it a spider suppository?
All right, we're moving on. I'm not answering that question. Andrew says, thoughts on the Activision Bungie split and how do you think it might affect both companies? I think we touched on that already.
Yeah, I mean, here's the short thing. Activision's still probably going to make a lot of money off of their properties plus what Blizzard does. And Bungie's big enough now where they can publish themselves. They're a huge company, so this isn't really going to affect either.
All right. Daryl wants to know, Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go?
Teen Titans.
I've never really watched either, so I'll just piggyback on Yield's answer. I'll ditto his answer.
Good, because that's the better one.
Andrew also wants to know, this may have been answered in the latest podcast episode. It was. But what are the couple games you're looking forward to this year, even if they don't have a definitive release date? My answer, Division 2 and The Last of Us 2.
Days Gone and Wreckfest.
Oh, Days Gone too. Days Gone, yeah.
Oh, are you not going to ask me?
I just jump in.
Oh, okay. You yelled at me because I answered on the Facebook page too. But
yeah, because you spoiled it on the Facebook and then on the show you're not going to talk about it.
I talked about it last week, but Crash Bandicoot or Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, and then of course a remake to the wonderful Crash Team Racing, which came out about 20 years ago. And then my favorite, the game I'm looking most forward to this year, Psychonauts 2. We love Double Fine.
All right. Jared wants to know: is it true Marvel is better than DC?
Yes.
Yes.
Movie wise, yes.
No, everything wise. Like, DC has Batman. Everything else great is in Marvel.
I can agree with that statement.
Well, here's the thing. I think that Marvel has always been so much better, but nobody realized it until, like, the cinematic universe really brought a lot of characters, like, say, Black Panther or Thor. Even though Thor has always been, like, a big character in Norse mythology, and, like, even within Marvel, I don't feel really like the fanfare for him has exploded until he got into the movie screen, onto the silver screen. So I think that the MCU has helped bring to light a lot of characters that people didn't know about or really like invest much in before. But now, like, I mean, you think that everyone that Marvel has, like even Ant-Man, people really like now. So like, you know, Ant-Man and Wasp are getting a focus. You've got like Hulk and Thor, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. Like, and here's the thing about like the movies is that Marvel has taken all these years to create and craft the MCU. And, like, they've bought back a lot of properties. They're bringing X-Men home. They're bringing Fantastic Four home. But, like, they've got all these great, like, building blocks. And now DC is like, well, shit, we got to catch up. So they're now hurrying all these movie properties and trying to catch up to Marvel to be on equal footing, but they never will be. Because Marvel was so forward-thinking that they did this, you know, with Iron Man.
All right. Andrew's next question doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, so I'm going to try to break that down the best way I can. In a segment I hope will someday become, quote, wait, this ain't got no trophies, end quote. How awesome would it be for a Doom guy to be in Smash Brothers, as some rumors have been expounded upon? So, I guess he's asking if we could start doing a segment about games that are not on the PlayStation.
Because he said that they're like, you know, games that don't have trophies.
He said, yeah. He said in a segment he hopes somebody become, wait, this ain't got trophies. How awesome would it be for the Doom guy to be in Smash Brothers?
That would be cool.
Yeah, but I mean, like, then you're like, you're getting like, I feel like Super Smash Brothers is like playfully cartoony violent, and then you're adding something in that's like super violent. It's like, let's put rage characters into Super Smash Brothers. It's like, you know what, that's the kind of thing that they would put in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, but that game's not coming back again.
All right, next question from Andrew, and this one's going to take a little while, so I'm going to try to do this rapid fire. As this GameSpot article, which stands out to you as the PlayStation 4's most downloaded games of 2018? So, as I read the names, if it stands out to you, just say yes. Most downloaded PlayStation 4 games: Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Red Dead Redemption 2, Marvel Spider-Man, obviously, God of War, yes, Grand Theft Auto 5, holy shit, that game's still selling, NBA 2K19, FIFA 19, Monster Hunter World, Far Cry 5, and Madden NFL 19. Any of those stand out for you, gentlemen?
Sorry, I had my earphones out of my ear. I had to get my charger. So, what was that?
I don't know. Like, you said, say yes or no, and then you started listing off games. Like, what?
Well, no, I was going through... Okay, let's do this again. I'm going to read the list of the games for the most downloaded in certain sections. If the game stands out from you, stop me, cut me off, say something to talk about it.
Stands out as in, like, yes, I played that, or
if it surprises you that it's in the whatever floats your boat about the game that I mentioned,
okay.
Just talk about it.
Okay.
All right. So
Most downloaded.
Andrew wants to know what stands out in this list: PlayStation 4 games, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Red Dead Redemption 2, Marvel Spider-Man, God of War, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Go!
NBA 2K19.
You said the GTA words.
FIFA 19.
Now that one seems a little surprising. That's a top downloaded game.
NBA 2K19?
Yeah.
Nah, that doesn't surprise me. The 2K games always sell a lot.
Well, there's also not a competing EA game. So it's like the only. Well, I'm pretty sure
they did release NBA Live this year.
Oh, they did. Well, for a while there, they weren't doing that.
Yeah, well, they gave up for a while. FIFA 19, Monster Hunter World, Far Cry 5, and Madden NFL 19.
No,
None of that surprises me.
Yeah, none of that. The only one that surprised me was the basketball game. All the other ones, yeah.
Although I'm a little surprised that Pro Evolution Soccer wasn't also on there, because usually those two go hand in hand, FIFA and PES.
You guys are not really going to be able to talk into this, but PlayStation VR games, Job Simulator, not surprising. Beat Saber, not surprising.
No, I'm not
Super Hot VR.
I'm not surprised about Beat Saber.
Super Hot VR, not surprising. VR Worlds, not surprised. Rick and Morty Virtual Reality, not surprised. Arizona Sunshine, I have no idea what the hell that is. Moss.
It's a zombie game. Moss I heard that's really good.
Moss I expected to be higher.
Oh, I was hoping that Moss wouldn't be on the list so Yul could say his line.
No Moss!
Until Dawn, Rush of Blood. Not surprising. Drive Club VR, not surprising. And Surgeon Simulator Experience Reality. Okay. Free to play games. None of this is going to surprise anybody. Number 1, Fortnite Battle Royale.
Fortnite.
Number 2,
Fortnite.
H1Z1. Number 3, Brawlhalla. 4, Warface. 5, Paladins. 6, Warframe. 7, Pro Evolution Soccer 2018 Lite. Fallout Shelter, DC Universe Online, and America's Army Proving Grounds. Your Vita games, the God of War Collection, Persona 4 Golden, Jack and Daxter Collection, Minecraft, Digimon Story, Stardew Valley, Adventures of Mana, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, and Undertale. Your PlayStation 4 themes. Why is this even a category? Monster Hunter World, Legacy Dashboard, Friday the 13th, Last of Us Outbreak theme, The Last of Us 2 Part 2 Ellie theme, which I personally have and love that fucking theme. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Dissidia Final Fantasy NT, Bioshock Collection theme, Undertale Dynamic theme, and Tropical Skeleton Dance High Q Dynamic theme. Okay.
I'm a little gobsmacked that Digimon got a mention on the podcast. How old is that shit?
That was a long time. That was
That's
all
like,
right.
that came out like shortly after Pokemon did, or like around the same time.
All right, let's talk about some old shit to finish off this this article. PlayStation Classics. Most downloaded in 2018. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Not surprising.
Bully.
Not surprising.
Destroy All Humans 2.
Okay.
You know what? Like that game, those games have been on sale so much and so heavily advertised on the PSN. Like they are pushing those games hard, and I don't know why.
It figures the one fucking game I don't watch, the Rangers score a shitload of goals.
They're coming back!
They were tied when I came to record. Number 4, Destroy All Humans. Number 5, Metal Slug Anthology. Number 6, The Warriors. Number 7,
Come out and play.
Number 7, Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy. Number 8, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Number 9, Psychonauts. And number 10, Twisted Metal Black.
You see, everyone's getting ready for Psychonauts 2.
Hey,
Also,
I have to tell you that the original Psychonauts is on sale on the store, and it's in my cart.
Yeah, you get some of that. Also, good on everybody for buying Twisted Metal Black, because it's the best Twisted Metal Black game.
All right, my heart just broke. I'm thinking all these scores the Rangers are winning, they're losing 6-5 right now.
See, I told you, they're mounting the comeback.
Jesus Christmas! 3 minutes left to go. They score 5 goals, they still can't win a game. All right. More rapid fire questions because we're done with that article. Daryl says, which is better, Infamous or Resistance? Infamous.
Well, see, I never really played the Resistance game, so I'm gonna go Infamous.
I'll go Resistance, because Resistance 3 was amazing.
Alex broke my heart with the next one, but Uncharted or The Last of Us?
Uncharted. I love the Uncharted characters more than anything.
Uncharted, if you're going as a series as a whole, Last of Us is only one game, so Uncharted.
Oh, okay.
If you
Then
said
let me break this down.
Hold on.
Uncharted 1 versus The Last of Us.
Uncharted 1 versus The Last of Us?
Yes.
Ooh. Probably The Last of Us by a hair. And I'm like a really fine hair.
Here's what I'll say. This is my reasoning. If someone said to me, one of these game series has to go away and you have to forget all the characters that you met on the road through these games, I said, which one would it be? I would have to forget The Last of Us because I love the characters Uncharted so much. So Uncharted.
Okay. Well, you know my answer is The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, it's like your favorite game.
Of all time. Next question. Jak and Daxter or Sly Cooper?
Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper. Next question. God of War or Devil May Cry?
God of War.
None of the above.
God of War. All right, Andrew. I can take this out of the show, Alex, if you don't want to do this. He wants to know our opinions on the Gearbox CEO.
Yeah, we weren't.
I mean, we can leave this in the show, but there's like some really like it's an ongoing court case, or like there's ongoing allegations and some really nasty allegations in there. So I don't feel like it's our place to comment on that. So I mean, yeah, some pretty shocking shit in there. Again, allegations, but I feel like it's something we shouldn't comment on. And I think Yield agrees with that too.
I do.
All right. Then we're moving on. Daryl wants to know if Frosty, Yield, Alex, Steve, and Tricky battled it out in Mortal Kombat, who would win? Now, I answered this and on the Facebook page, and I think I'm not going to get any arguments. And fuck, now they're losing 7-5. My answers were very simply, I would win without a doubt. Alex and Yield suck at fighters, and they've admitted themselves, so they basically eliminated themselves.
Oh, I thought this was like actual real Mortal Kombat, like we were actually going to try to fatality each other.
No. Steven Fontana can't compete with me unless it's Smash Brothers. And as far as Daryl goes, he talks a big game, but his streams prove he sucks at fighters, so I would win hands down.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fighting games, so I mean, I don't know. I feel like I could win at least one round against you, but like if I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I could beat you when I clearly don't enjoy fighting games anymore.
Yeah,
and like when I played fighting games, unless it was Smash Brothers, I didn't actually take the time to learn all the moves. I just found the moves that worked well for me and used those.
All right, Daryl says, would you guys ever consider another trophy war, but we could only play games that are on PlayStation Now?
No, because then I'd have to subscribe to PlayStation Now.
Yeah, the same.
Or, how about this? We all sub to PlayStation Now for the month. The losers have to pay for the winner subscriptions.
Well, I don't know. We're still waiting for our trophies that we've never gotten. So who's to say we'll actually get our money?
That's true. And he did say no crazy crash talk like last time. So we can keep it fun. The trash talk did kind of get out of hand last time.
I mean, it did, but we won, so we had some fun.
Yeah, we had all the fun. Joseph Priestley wants to know, where the fuck is Steve?
He's in Nintendo Land.
Well, I mean, like, Sundays are kind of hard. We record on Sundays. It's kind of hard for Steve to get together on Sundays, so just getting Steven on the show, it just kind of clashes with his schedule. So,
JT wants to know, what does the fox say?
Fake news.
Oh, is it that stupid ass fox dancing, or that dancing
God.
Fox on YouTube?
Yo, don't take it out of the show.
What?
I heard you.
I don't know what Fox says, so that just sounded like the most legit thing to say.
I know, and I'm just joking. I'm actually not gonna take it out of the show. JT also says, what games are you looking forward to in 2019? We already answered that. And JT also wants to know, what are your new... Okay, I thought that said nude. What are your New Year resolutions for gaming this year?
No. Answer his question. What are your New Year resolutions this year?
Resolutions. You know, I've never thought about this. Hold on here.
I want to run through a subway naked.
Yeah, right. Well, you talk about the actual subway or the store?
Watch the turnstiles. Oh, an actual subway.
An actual subway.
I don't
done
go
that.
into Subway and buy sandwiches. Their food is trash.
I've ran through a Subway naked.
I need a foot-long sub. And your sub's not a foot long, see? Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, so my resolution is basically just to shut up all the haters.
Well, that's
Yeah,
never, that's never
you've been
gonna
trying to do
happen.
that for 6+ years now.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Come on, man.
All right.
Be legit.
Hey, here, what's the thing we all learned in school? There's always gonna be haters. So
haters
what can
are
you do about it?
haters are gonna hate, man.
Haterade.
I mean, like, as I talked about on a previous show, I just kind of want to care a little bit less about percentages and, like, getting all, like, a ton of trophies. I really just want to, like, not spend 2 weeks playing a game that I would be happy just playing once just to get trophies. I kind of just want to focus less on that this year. Just play games and enjoy them and not, like... If a game is glitched, not play through it 6 times just to see if I can get that glitch trophy. I don't know. Just focus less on completion percentages and trophies and just focusing more on playing more games and getting more enjoyment out of games and having more experiences within games.
So,
Yield.
So,
I believe you had a backlog or a certain amount of games you wanted to play.
There is. I'm going to continue to try to average a platinum a month. I'm going to continue to try to work on my backlog of games on my 3 and my 4. And I was also going to try to play through I originally said I was going to do the main Assassin's Creed games, 1, 2, 3, 4. And because I didn't want to mess with the online portions of the Ezio collection, I was then pointed out that the PlayStation 4 edition doesn't have the multiplayer
Yeah, I
trophies.
told him not to tell you that.
Huh?
I told him not to tell you that.
So now that I know that, I may actually pick up the Ezio collection and just play Assassin's Creed 1 on the 3 and everything else on the 4.
Well, I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, I kind of made a joke about Assassin's Creed before. I really like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. That's a really great game. But, like, you think about it, like, they really couldn't include the online trophies in the PlayStation 4 editions because I guarantee that the servers for Brotherhood are shut down by now. So if they included those trophies within the package, it's like, hey, here's some trophies you can never get.
Well said.
All right. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done this.
Talk.
Let's do.
Been a while since you've talked.
Yeah, let's do some housekeeping, gentlemen.
Let's clean this shit up.
ProvenGamer.com is looking for some writers, podcasts, videos, news reports, and generalized help with the site. If you're interested in applying, go to ProvenGamer.com, click on the Help Wanted tab, and fill out the application. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Just note, a lot of the personal life things that are going on are still going on. So if there's a delay in my response, please understand. I will get back to you, though, I promise. While you're there, be sure to check out all the articles and all the videos. Speaking of videos, you can be found on YouTube by doing a search for Official Proven Gamer. You can also catch me streaming at twitch.tv/Proven Gamer. I'm trying to get a more regulated schedule out there when I can dedicate my time and make sure that I'm there. Right now, they're sporadic streams, and I'm going to get Alex to start streaming. He thinks it costs a lot of money. It doesn't.
Says you.
Says me.
There's a possibility when Wreckfest comes out that I might actually do that.
Well, I'll be happy to help you get set up too, sir. All right, with that being said, if you want to get a hold of us, there are several ways to get a hold of us. The first one is the phone number. Yield.
330-PROVEN-9. 330-776-8369.
You can send us an email at the Troy Memorial email. That's trophyhorrors@provengamer.com. That's trophyhorrors@provengamer.com. Once more, that's trophyhorrors@provengamer.com. If you want to get a hold of us, there are several ways to get a hold of us, and that's Twitter. And that's the site, is Proven Gamer, the show, Trophy Horrors, me, Tricky Mick, Alex, Saundersaurus Rex. Although Alex isn't on Twitter anymore, he's more on Instagram.
Yeah, I do post on Instagram quite a bit.
Yield is on Twitter. He's at I Yield to No One. Steven is at BatChild27, but he's more tweeting for Nintendo Dual Screens. What's Nintendo Dual Screens? That's another podcast on the site. If you listen to this, we greatly appreciate it. But be sure to check out our other podcast, PG Spoilers, which there was an episode. And gentlemen, it was on God of War.
Yeah, we mentioned that last week.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, you guys mentioned that there was a show, but neither one of you guys could remember what it was on.
No, I said.
Yield to remind us.
Yeah, I said it. I'm pretty sure it was God of War.
Oh, I missed that. I apologize. And Game Stuff. All the podcasts can be found on Apple Podcasts, formerly known as iTunes, Stitcher, your various podcast applications on your smart devices, Google Play, TuneIn, and you can listen to Trophy Wars and Nintendo Dual Screens on iHeartRadio and Spotify. Pro tip, if you're using your PlayStation 4, you can link up your Spotify account to your PlayStation, and you can listen to the podcast as you're gaming. True story.
True story.
PlayStation 4 communities. There's one for the site called Proven Gamer. There's one for the show called T-Dubs Brothel. Why Yield?
Because we can't say horrors on the network.
That's right. Bastards.
Bastards.
And there's the Yields group, which is the Platinum Guild, which has been popping with some platinums there, sir.
Yes, it has been. Those guys have been making me look bad.
Well, they've been making you look bad for years. It's just now more apparent.
Man, why you gotta be like that? I stick up for you.
Because for 2 months, man. It's been gone for 2 months.
All right, I'll let it slide this time.
It's like that. It's just the anticipation, and then it just all comes out at one time.
That's what she said.
One of these days, I want to kill off that joke. I hate that joke so much that I have taken to saying the punchline when it's not applicable at all.
That's even funnier.
And then people are like,
That's what she said.
Yeah, they're like, people are like, that doesn't, like Ashley will say, that doesn't apply. I'm like, I know. Fuck that joke.
That's what she said.
I'm going to ruin that joke if it's the last thing I do.
That's what she said.
Oh, that joke never gets old.
You know what? I don't share the level of frustration with Alex, but I have to agree. That is one of the stupidest jokes out there.
I mean, it's funny because Michael Scott said it, but otherwise it's just such low-hanging fruit. It's like, hey, how about you just put some thought into your humor? Huh? Come on. You can do this. I believe in you.
Well, we put some thoughts into our sponsors, and our first sponsor is the Humble Bundle. Alex, tell us about Humble Bundle.
Well, I'm actually on the HumbleBundle.com page right now looking at some of the game sales going on right now. They got quite a few really good big-time games on sale right now that you can buy. They've also got at least 3 bundles that you can buy. Essentially what Humble Bundle is, it's a charity initiative, and every month they have bundles that you can buy into. You set the price for how much you want to pay for the bundle. The more you pay, the more incentives you'll get. Sometimes you get extra games. So, I mean, the thing you really need to know is that the money that you spend goes to charity. So the more money that you can pay, the better. Even if you don't, even if you pay $20, you're still getting a really good deal because, for instance, the Stardock 2019 bundle is a value. 9 games is a $211 value. So, quite frankly, if even if you spend $20, you're still saving a lot of money. So, like for instance, the Humble Stardock bundle, there's only 1 day left on this, so by the time that you hear this, you can't get it. But I mean, there's a ton of games in here, including. Just an example. If you pay $1 or more, you unlock Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion, Galactic Civilizations 2 Ultimate Edition, and Galactic Civilizations 1 Ultimate Edition. If you pay more than the average of $9.90, you also get Galactic Civilizations 3 and Ashes of Singularity Escalation. If you pay $13 or more, you also unlock Off-World Trading Company Gold Bundle, Galactic Civilizations 3 Intrigue Expansion, the Ashes of Singularity Escalation Epic Map Pack DLC, and the Ashes of Singularity Escalation Turtle Wars DLC. So as you see, the more you pay, there's a base amount of games that you can get, but the more you pay, the more incentives you'll get. So in addition to supporting charities, you also get more games for your bang, or I don't even know how to say.
Bang for your buck.
Yeah, bang for your buck. The more you put in, the more you'll get out. So even if you spend $20 or $13, you're still getting a tremendous value. So go to HumbleBundle.com. We've always got the link to our page on the the website and just look at all the bundles they have and all the sales they have on games. So yeah, help support charities and help support Humble Bundle.
All right, our other sponsor is Extra Life. You tell us about Extra Life.
So, Extra Life is a 24-hour. They do it on daylight savings, so it's actually a 25-hour video game charity event that benefits the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. 100% of the money that you collect goes to the Children's Miracle Network Hospital of your choosing. So choose wisely. So you go to extra-life.org, you sign up, you can go solo, a la Han, or you can join a team. We have a team, Proven Gamer. You can join our team, and you get people to donate to you. You play video games for 25 hours, and it's a win-win. Play games, heal kids, Extra Life.
You know what? I know you said heal kids, but when I first heard it, I was like, I heard you say kill kids. I'm like, no, you don't do that. Not even if they're super annoying.
And this year, because Extra Life 2019 has been launched already, this year it's being done on November 2nd.
Finally got that changed on the agenda. These last few weeks, I'm like, I don't think we have a date yet because the November 3rd one from last year was still up there.
Actually, January 1st, the 2019 page went live.
They're on it.
They were on it. And the team's already been made. We already have one team member besides myself who has already raised $25.
Good job, team member.
So, sorry, I'm throwing off my game a little bit here. And our last sponsor is our Patreon. If you would go to patreon.com/provengamer and check out the different tiers you can support us at, like Felicia Staff did, who is our Patreon producer, who is supporting us at the $20 level. So thank you very much.
This is what
Felicia.
we really needed you back for, Tricky, is to do the Patreon part of the show.
You guys had no idea what it was.
No, we didn't. And we
I
couldn't
heard
even
the shows.
we couldn't even lie about it. We couldn't even cover our own tracks. We were just like, we'll just not mention this and hope people forget about it.
This is a tricky thing.
Basically, what the Patreon is that you can go to the site and you can choose to support at a certain level. If we get enough support as a group, then there are perks. Basically, I don't have dollar amounts on, and that's not really the important thing. If we raise a certain amount of money, we're going to put the basic audio versions of the show on YouTube. If our next goal after that is we're going to have a community game night, and once a month we will do a stream where Proven Gamer members and the Proven Gamer community could all play together, and we're going to put it on YouTube. A fifth podcast is going to be released. Is our next goal. After that, we're going to have a mobile app for the website.
There's an app for that?
There can be.
Tricky, that fifth podcast, is that all to garner ideas for the tramp stamp you're going to have to get after Extra Life this year?
Did I make that promise again this year?
What's that?
Sure.
I didn't make that promise.
You made it last year.
I didn't meet the goal.
You've made it multiple years. Like, there's been 2 years when you made that promise.
Yes, the year before and last year, and neither one did I meet the goal, so I didn't have to get the tramp stamp.
Well, offer it this year and see how it goes.
The perk that I want to get to, that I'm hopefully is the podcast host swap. What that basically means is that you'll have the Trophy Whores host an episode of Game Stuff. Game Stuff will host Nintendo Dual Screens, and Dual Screens will host Trophy Whores. And we're gonna do the show as we're like the normal host.
I think that Andy and Steven would do a much better job of hosting this show than we did.
They have. If we reach a certain goal, we're gonna give every month away either an Xbox One, a PlayStation 4, a PlayStation Vita, a 3DS, or a Switch.
Free console. Gotta love it.
Yeah. And even if we don't meet those goals, depending on what level you support us at, you can support the podcast, you can support the writers, you can support the Twitch streamers, what it is, and there's certain perks. You'll get a personal handwritten message from every one of us thanking you for your help. Like Felicia, you get your name read at every at the end of every podcast as a Patreon producer. We'll do live streams with you, whatever as the purse goes. And at one of the levels is you support enough, we'll pimp out your brand, your product, your podcast, or whatever for a month of shows, and all the shows, and we'll get the word out about your product. So there you go. That's Patreon. Yield, are you excited?
Can't even sit.
All right. Well, since you can't sit, do your shout-outs.
So, I would like to give a shout-out to you, the Pimps and the Madams of the Whoredom. Thank you for downloading, listening, spreading everything that is Proven Gamer and Trophy Horrors. I would like to give a shout-out to Tricky for finally making his triumphant return.
Finally!
You all right?
The Trickster has come back home.
That was a fail, man. That was a fail. Shout out to Alex.
Finally!
For partially hosting the show tonight until Tricky came in and just stumbled through the show.
Yeah, it's a little rough. It's been 2 months since I've hosted the show.
Well, I'm just picking.
Do you forgive me?
I'm just picking on you.
Do you forgive me though?
I forgive you. Did you like my GIF I put on there when you said you were coming back?
Where'd you put the GIF?
It's in the mass of all the questions. I'm like, I got a picture of Vader. No.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's been a little rough.
It has.
the last
It
few
has.
months.
It's been a while. And that'll do me for this week.
Alex, your shout-outs?
He left his computer. He'll be back shortly. You should so patch this in.
Dun. Alexa, ask for a fart.
Oh, that felt better.
I feel good. Alexa, will you marry me?
We're at pretty different places in our lives, literally. I mean, you're on Earth, and I'm in the cloud.
That's fucked up.
That is.
What? Alexa can tell you that she doesn't want to marry you. She has a right to say no.
Alexa, I love you.
That's really nice. Thanks.
Man, she Han Solo'd you.
I still haven't seen that movie.
You've seen Star Wars.
Alexa, beam me up.
Let's do this. I'll try not to leave any body parts behind. In 3, 2, 1.
Now, see, what would be awesome is if they had the Spaceballs quote next.
Here you go. What?
Why didn't somebody tell me my ass was so big?
You know what would be even better if that was in the show and then Tricky didn't respond for the rest of the show because he got beamed up, so Yield and I had to finish it out. It'd be just like, I guess he's gone.
She beamed
Well, we could do that.
She beamed him up.
Alexa, drop a beat.
Alexa, don't quit your day job.
Yeah.
Alexa, don't quit your day job.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Alexa, rap for me.
Connect SyncLink. All the pieces of your life. I get it done at the speed of Wi-Fi. I'm the player, the coach, the arena, and the game. If you want something done, you just gotta say my name.
Alex, your shoutouts.
Yes, I want to first twerp you to whoever wrote all those lines for Alexa, because good God, never have Alexa rap again. I do want to, as always, thank the fans, the listeners. First and foremost, thank you all for supporting Trophy Horrors and everything we do. We appreciate you all so much for your continued support. Yeah, you guys are the fuel to the fire that is this show, and without you all, this show would go nowhere. So thank you for continuing to push us to new heights and new horizons. Give a shout out to my co-host this week, Yield, and a big shout out to Tricky for being back after his hiatus. Thank you both for joining me.
Now it's my turn to take some vacation.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I've been doing this show for 7 years. I deserve a vacation.
We also want to give a shout out to Steven, who could not join us this week, and a shout out to Sid, as always, for bringing the awesome from across the pond. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend Ashley, who in general is just a fantastic partner, who loves me like I deserve, puts up with all my shenanigans, puts up with the shenanigans of all my co-hosts. So yeah, thank you, Ashley, for always loving me despite my quirks, loving me more because of my quirks. Thank you, honey.
All right, Alex, while you were disappearing, I looked up.
I was draining the lizard.
Well, I didn't want to say that on the show.
I was draining the lizard.
That's what she said.
So I looked up funny things to ask Alexa. So
I really hope she's not saying that, because that'd be real gross to do with somebody else.
So I want to. I before I do my shout outs, I want to do 5 of these just to see what happens, because I've never.
That's what she said.
Alexa, are you Skynet?
I have nothing to do with Skynet. Don't worry.
Okay. Alexa, what happens if you cross the streams?
If you cross the streams, you'll get total protonic reversal.
Never cross the streams, man. It's bad.
We covered
Alexa,
that last week.
Alexa, what's the first rule of Fight Club?
Don't talk about Fight Club.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo?
Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Okay.
Going to the Montagues.
Alexa, I am your father.
No! That's not true. That's impossible.
That one was awesome.
Alexa, are we in the Matrix?
You take the blue pill, the story ends. You take the red pill, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Whoa.
Alexa, you talking to me?
You can say stop if you want me to stop talking to you.
Okay.
Stop. Tricky, what are your shout-outs?
I seriously, last one. Alexa, who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
There you go.
There you
See,
go.
if that were really going to be good, they would have the theme song playing after she said that.
Alexa, do you speak pig Latin?
If way, a way, oak okay, Ian bay, os gay, az pray, his way, it way, a way, okanake?
I think that's a yes.
I guess.
Shout outs. Thank you, everybody that listens to the show. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for my co-host keeping the show going in my 2 months of absence, as life has gotten in the way, and I greatly appreciate it. I could never fully express to you gentlemen how much it means to me that you kept this going.
Wait, life got in the way? Were you all playing a really long board game? Because the game of life is a fucking long-ass game.
But it's fun.
No, but I do have to say, I did get messages going, please get back to the show. The show sucks without you.
Oh, really? Who said that?
I'm not going to name names.
Liars.
But I told them they can go suck an egg.
No.
You guys are my boys.
Who are these people?
Yes.
I cannot reveal their identities.
We will put our titles on the line.
Yo, you can reveal their identities.
I cannot tell a lie.
Has their name been mentioned on this podcast?
Yes.
Are they on their own podcast?
How many questions do you get?
One more.
All right. Are they on their own podcast?
Do they have a podcast that they're on?
Not that I'm aware of.
Make the last one good, Alex.
Well, here, maybe you should ask the last question, because I was going to say...
You thought it was Daryl.
Yeah.
I knew exactly where you were going. Yield, what's your question?
I don't have a question. I'm just the guy stirring the pot.
Hold on. Does the name start with a J?
Yes, but that could be one of 3 people.
Okay, well, give me a fourth. Does this person live in New York?
That would also be all 3 people. So yes.
That's all right. I have my suspicions.
Does this person go by their initials on this show?
You asked all your questions.
No, you have to answer that.
All right. If I answer that, you have to go through 5 more Alexa things.
All right. Well, then just give us the name, so I know who I can shun.
No, they do not go by initials on the show.
Oh, then I'm wrong.
Oh, I think I know who it is.
Alexa, my name is Indigo Montoya.
Stop saying that. I've never killed anyone's father.
Alexa, who is the walrus?
Cuckoo,
Here's
mother.
another clue for you all. The walrus is Paul.
Alexa, show me the money.
Jerry, you got to yell.
Do it.
I'm not yelling.
Show me the money.
Alexa, are you mad because I'm asking you 21 questions?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
All right, that one doesn't count. That was not an answer.
I want to point out, too, before somebody flogs us for this, his name is not Indigo Montoya, it's Inigo Montoya.
What did I say? Indigo?
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
Indigo.
it's Inigo Montoya.
Oh, then I'm sorry.
But Alexa still responded, so she doesn't know anything about Princess Bride either.
Fraud.
Alexa, these aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Okay. Alexa, what's in the FedEx box?
I don't know that.
Oh,
Somebody
she hasn't
suck.
seen 7 either.
Alexa, should I stay or should I go now?
Should I Stay or Should I Go is a song by the English punk rock band The Clash from their album Combat Rock.
You're supposed
It
to
was
make funny
written in
responses.
1981 and featured Mick Jones on lead vocals.
I think that's
Alright.
a sign that
It
you
became
should
the band's only
stop.
number one single
Alright,
on the UK
this is the
singles
last one,
chart,
'cause this one,
a decade
crosses the
after it
line.
was originally released.
All right, Alexa,
In November
cancel.
2000 Canceling.
Thank you. All right, last one. I would never tell a woman this, but just for the interest of hearing what she says. Alexa, make me a sandwich.
Okay, you're a sandwich.
You're a sandwich.
With that being said, it is nothing else. Oh, I didn't even do my shout-outs. Sweet Mama D, the goddess. Everybody listen to the show. People that will remain nameless, but people that I played the division with, and I promised you I would give you a shout-out on the show. You have to give me 1 second. I have to bring up the list because it's a bunch of people. Honda Fit, Smoked X Out 760, 5-star Gwyn, SB4447, Lackin MT123, Hawaii Cop, Kaya Dahlia, Lone Star, YOLO Mama 91, Padre Holy, JDM Asian, Pop That 914, Kiki03, Flirt Speed, I Love My Ducks 1955, Calamity Sam 711, X Raider X, Yellow X13, J Merrick, Razor Sharp, Camaro 24892, Ya Dog, or I should say Yeah Dog, Riley Who Sucks. And that's it. If there's nothing else, until next week, happy trophy hunting.
Tricky, make me a sandwich.
If you're gonna quote Princess Bride right, you better get it. You better say it right, damn it.
Riddle me this. Save your last words. Save your last words. Riddle me this. Save your last words. Riddle me this. Save your last words. Riddle me this. Save your last words. Riddle
The theme song is Venus by the band Even off their album Zenith. Permission granted by the band and 12 Stone Records. You can find them on Facebook by going to www.facebook.com/evenphilippines.